Yeah, but no, Elijah hasn't been able to make it out here with the group. And so I was up there with the new girlfriend.
You got a
Yeah,
new girlfriend? How come I didn't know
yeah.
about this?
Okay, so we'll get into that. We'll get into that real quick. We'll get into that. We'll get into that. But we live in the smoking section with my man Save. Y'all know the deal. Ship over. Okay, so yeah, so I was in Orlando. I was in Orlando with her at Disney World.
Okay. Okay.
And then here around that same time, I ended up going to like Miami. Been up to Miami twice now. I'm on some dance shit.
Wait, you met your old lady in Florida?
Yeah. Okay. So check it out, bro. So check this out. I get here to fucking Key West, bro, and I'm like, all right, I need to chill. Like, I'm not gonna be drinking. Like, this is a party town. Like, you know what I'm
I've seen
saying?
some of your Instagram stories, dog. And let me tell you, you out there with the fucking shirt all open, out on the beach and shit.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, out here, toes in the sand, bro, chest showing, glowing, living. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like you already didn't live in a beach city and shit.
Bro, I'm saying.
Motherfucker left the beach city to go to another beach.
But so there's this spot right here up the way. Like, bro, I live right here in downtown Key West. So like all the bars, everything is right here. And so like the most popping spot right here is this place called Rick's, right? Like, so all these boys has been going to Rick's every weekend.
Okay.
And you go like, yo, you really like it? Like, it's got a cool dance floor, a lot of girls, all this shit. Woo. Your boy pops out, dog, and I go ham, fam. But we're throwing him back, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just getting smashed, just smashed, bro. Right? And I'm coming to the point of where I'm having like rolling blackouts, right? So like,
That's not good.
not good, but it was fun, and it led to this moment where I'm walking by her bar, bro. She's a bartender right here. I walk by her bar and I'm like, yo, she's bad, fam. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this girl's bad. So, Putchy goes and takes an opportunity to talk to her, order a drink. And somewhere in there, I got the balls to be like, hey, you should shoot me your number. And she's all, oh, well, I got a man. Oh, right. But come to find out, like, time later, like, they had been broken up for a minute. But that's just an easy line for
bartenders that always get asked for their number, especially good-looking ones.
Yeah, like, back the fuck up already. Like, you know what I mean? Salud to you, brother. Hold on.
Hey, salud, bro.
Thank you for being alive, brother.
Hey, man, thank you for being around while I'm alive, bro. Because, man, it's been ups and downs, all types of shit since you and I have met. I'm not talking about ups and downs in our relationship. I'm just talking about on both sides of our tables. Like, we've had ups and downs in our life, and it's just been a roller coaster, man.
Yeah, man. Like, in this, me and her has definitely been an up.
Yeah, look at you, and you look good, bro. Like, I can tell you still working out a little bit. You got the little mustache going, like.
I need to shave this shit though, for real.
That shit looks good, man. You look good. And when the fuck did you start making those hats? Because I've never seen that one. And
bro,
that shit is fire.
Little prototype.
Yo, I'm gonna need me about 4 of those. All right.
Yes, I do need to get you some shit, bro. Because I've been like really silently putting some new designs up and shit. And especially like with Halloween and Christmas coming around, I gotta start promoting those and getting those out.
Yeah, because your promos have been all the old stuff. I know you were pushing the Pokemon stuff pretty hard. But yeah, like all your promos that I've been seeing lately have been a little bit of the older stuff, which is good. Like, that's good stuff. And there's stuff in there that I wish you would redo. But yeah, man, I'm ready to see something new. Like, what I'm ready to see something new from Corpse Collection, bro.
I got a new Pokemon coming out. Pokemon coming out on Halloween, and then I have like 3 or 4 designs that I really haven't put out there yet. And I mean, they are online, but I haven't done anything with it. Like, I haven't really.
They're on the site already?
Yeah.
Oh shit! So you sneaking shit onto the site?
Yeah, I silent dropped that shit. I've never wanted to kind of follow the status quo of how people put together these capsules or they have this drop. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to follow that brand mindset. And not to say that it's not a good one or a successful one or one that's worked, course it has. But for me, I'm like, it's just like that tagger mindset. You know what I mean? You silently hit the street and then your name's up. And people start passing by. Oh, hey, when'd you catch that sign right there? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, bro.
I know it all too well, my brother. I know it all too well, man. There was plenty of times where I would like catch a tag somewhere and people would be like, yo, when the fuck were you here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, hey, you get in, you get out, you fucking, you know.
Never
so what the fuck else is going on, man? Like, did you guys have to deal with the hurricane out there?
Oh, bro. So, yeah, we were here. I decided to thug it out through the storm. Our pad is about like right at like 3 feet raised from the ground, and I'm like, okay, like they're saying we're not going to get hit that hard. It's still a big storm, so 3 feet we should be straight. Like, me and the old lady bought a bunch of food. You know what I mean? She crashed.
Wait. I was about to say you live with her now?
When you're spending 3 out of 7 nights out the week at the crib, you know what I mean?
Might as well just leave a toothbrush and some bras and panties. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got some stuff over at the crib, and you're here. You're welcomed here whenever. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know me, bro. I have an open door policy. Like, I ain't got shit to hide up here in the crib.
Yep. I know. I remember when I was going up to Ventura for a little while, I was like, yo, can I crash at your crib? And you were like, yeah, there's an extra room. Just go stay right there, make your money, and bounce.
Yeah, like whenever somebody's needed a spot to post
and that time sucked because we didn't even get to kick it that weekend that I was up there. Like I literally like went to work. I went out for a couple of drinks and then I came back and I fucking went to sleep. And I went out to work and then I came back. And that shit was another wild point in my life, man, where I was blessed at that point because for Cause to call me up and be like, hey, I know you're in San Diego. I know you don't have a job yet, but I want you to come up and like help these guys and train these guys and make some money. And I'll pay for you to come up. That man was paying me $2,000 a weekend to come up. He was putting me in a hotel, and all I had to do was take the train up. Like I didn't even drive up there. I just took the train up there and fucking stayed in a hotel. And if I didn't have a hotel to stay in, that's when I stayed with you. And yeah, that was a wild time. That was a wild fucking time.
How's things going right now? How have you been living?
I'm good, bro. You know, shit. You know, little old Save over here. I was struggling for a minute, bro. I couldn't find work. Man, Chuck E. Cheese wouldn't even hire me. And I've never been in a position where I couldn't get a job because I was in the car business for so long. And I would just like go to a dealership. Hey, here's my number. This is what I do. Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, okay, you're hired. Sign your paperwork. We'll start next week or whatever. But with COVID happening, and I think we talked about this a little bit, either on the phone or on the last time that we did this. You know, spending time with Peanut so much, I was like, I don't want to do the car business anymore. Because, I mean, you know, we work together. That shit sucks the life out of you. You literally have no social life. Yeah, you got some money. You have money, but you literally have no life and nothing that you can't spend. So the quality of my life was more important than making a shit ton of fucking money. And I actually just talked about this last night with one of my boys because he's like kind of on the flip side where he's been a stay-at-home dad for such a long time, and he wants to make a bunch of money. And I told him, I was like, look, bro, I was making 6 figures. I was good in a suit all the time in Vegas, spending a bunch of money, all the money that I wanted to spend. But I would take half of that pay to continue living the life that I live right now. And I'm cool. I work at a weight and wellness clinic now. I get to wear scrubs to work. I fucking come home and I can stream and I spend time with Peanut and do shit. Like, I went to the pumpkin patch today. If I was in the car business, it's a Saturday. There's no fucking way I'm going to the pumpkin patch on a Saturday because I got to sell cars. Yeah. But I'm good, man. You know, like I'm in a really good place in my life right now. I'm at peace with a lot of shit that's happened, and I'm blessed, bro. Like you said, thankfully we're alive. We're able to fucking provide the love that you and I provide to everybody that we fucking. You're one of the most loving guys I've ever met in my life, and we're able to provide that love to our children as well. That's so important, man. It's so fucking important.
Thank you,
yeah, man, I'm telling you, bro. I was thinking about it when I texted you. I think I texted you Wednesday. I was like, fuck. People don't even really know how we met and shit. Mm-hmm. And then it was like we became inseparable after we met. It was literally like, hey, you ready to go to the session? We're about to drive to LA. Let's go to the session. Hey, you want to come over and lab at the house? we were in your garage every other fucking night. Like we were setting up for the grade 05 sessions, and like you, not I wouldn't say you personally, but just you as an entity and creating those avenues for me and allowing dance to come back into my life at that point in time was fucking huge, man. I hadn't danced in like 4 or 5 years prior to moving to Ventura and linking up with you. And I honestly don't even remember how we linked. I remember I hit up Dread for the sessions. And then somehow, some way, I'm in Little Caesars fucking parking lot. And I meet you, Felicia, Bam. And it's like, okay, let's drive down to LA and go to this session. And my life was fucking flipped.
Bro, shout out to my man Killa. Boys making memories out there. Life worth living. Facts. Like, bro, we've always been out here just making the memories, bro. And I do remember, like, yeah, I think I hit you up. I think I had hit you up on Messenger and was like, hey, Dread, said that you were looking for some sessions. We're actually going to roll out to the 818. But I remember there was like that exchange of like, tonight we're going to the 818. Yeah, we met up right there in the Little Caesars parking lot because I was getting gas at the Chevron. That's right there. I'm getting gas in the Chevron. We rolled out. And those were some of the most like impactful years too. Like, so meeting you during that time was definitely something, you know what I mean? Because that's when like I just started crumping. Like Mans is out here trying to do his thing, and then it's like.
And let me just say, the ladder that you fucking climbed, bro. Oh my fucking god! Like, okay, unless you're in the crump world or somewhat of a dancer and no concrete, no ruin, no fucking tight eyes, no fucking beast, like even Dread. You know, the fact that we were blessed enough to dance under Dread was fucking huge. And these are fucking names known across the whole world in the crump community. And to some people, they're like, oh, who the fuck are these? Like, I don't know who these fucking people are. But to us, they were like superheroes. And we would be at the session dancing with them or watching them dance or being invited by them. I mean, even like the whole Eyes Prissy thing. We were right there front and center for that whole thing. We were there. And that was like, it blew up all over the world when that shit happened. So to be able to dance with those people and then you climbing the ladder and being recognized by all of those people is fucking wild, bro. Like I remember sitting here. I would sit right here at this fucking computer and I would sit here and watch your fucking battles. And I'm like, bro, this man has leveled up and leveled up and leveled up. It's fucking insane. So yeah, I applaud you on that, bro, because you fucking worked hard and you worked your ass off and you deserve that shit.
Thank you.
And man, let me tell you, dancing under Beast, that's fucking huge.
And one thing too, like even I was trying to tell Rosie, right, the girl I've been dating. I was trying to tell Rosie, like, yeah, I got this podcast with my buddy Cisco, all this stuff, like, because she's going to come to California in November for a visit. And I was like, yeah, we'll go down to San Diego. I was like, I could probably try to even bump into my boy Cisco, but we'll hit like Gaslamp, like, you know what I mean? Like,
bro.
SD, like, you know what I mean? Be there on the weekend. And I was like, yeah, I got a podcast with him. And like, he's somebody that like watched as I grew. Like, I started taking on certain projects and was supportive of these projects and watched me grow. Like, and then he started hitting his own different projects, like his stream. She likes playing video games too. And I was like, he streams, you know what I mean? And it went from the first conversation of, I don't know if I should try it. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. Like, there was the thought, like it was in your chest. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was still when it was in your chest. And then it was like, it's happening. Like, and now this man's doing this all the time. Like,
yeah, because I remember we talked about it when I told you, like, bro, I'm about to start really pushing the gas in this streaming thing. And I was nervous, man. And now we have 1,100 fucking followers on the channel. Like, it didn't happen overnight, though. It didn't happen overnight. You know, I have a beautiful community, and they show love, even though they talk a lot of shit. But I mean, you sent Jordan over, and that, bro, him and I have become so tight. It's wild. We literally chat every day. You know what I mean?
He's a good guy. He's a good guy,
bro. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So does your old lady watch your podcast?
No.
Ooh.
No, I keep that separate.
Okay. Hey, I respect it. You know, you got to have your own life too.
Yeah, well, dancing and podcasting. We were talking about it one day, right? We were talking about it one day, and she was being slick. She was like, she talks a lot of shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So she's just like me. She likes to talk a lot of shit and josh around. And she started talking shit one day. So I was like, all right, bet, I got you. So I haven't. She's asked to listen to it, and she's asked to come see me dance, and I've been like, nah.
Bro, okay, hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. You have a girl who has not watched you dance yet? What are you doing? You don't want her to fall in love. That's what it is, huh?
She's obviously got my Instagram. Like, you know what I mean? So there's videos right there. You can see those little, like, 40.
It's different live. It's different live.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you could you could be like, oh, look at these videos of me dancing. But especially in Crump, man, once you get in there and you feel that energy, that's something else. There's nothing that compares to it. There's absolutely nothing that compares to it.
Bro, and it was crazy, man. Like, I was in Miami this past weekend. Did my first 7 to smoke, all the shit. Like,
I saw the live. I was on the live for a little bit.
Hey, bro, and like, you know, rest in peace, Illinois. This man just passed away here. Like, it was like yesterday or the day before, bro, and he was there, and it was like standing, like, laughing and talking with him and like some of the other guys from FL. It was like, damn, I wish Bam was here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, I wish Cisco was here. Damn, I wish Felicia was here. Like, all my homies. Like, these are the people who fucking I started crumping with. Like, and yeah, I happen to be in Florida also because of work, but still being able to be in Florida and say there's something for me to, like, go to. You know what I mean? Like, there's a session to go to, this event to go to, because of my friendship that I have with these people, like, led me to that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
100%.
So to be in Florida right now doing this, like, I just wish they were here. I wish they could be seeing that shit. That shit was nuts, bro.
Bro, nuts. I saw the live, man. That shit was insane. But yeah, no, I hear you, and it's crazy to, like, sit back and think where we were at, and even like that first grade 05 session, or even when we did sessions in parking lots, or when we labbed in your garage, to be able to make it to that point. Like, the transition is insane, but it took a lot of time, man. And like I said, you climbed that ladder, bro. You climbed it. I was watching old videos of us in your garage. I think I have like some videos on my Instagram.
Felicia sent me some, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, look at these sessions. Like, what?
It was the lab was real, bro. Like, it needed to progress at that point, but
the come up was real. The come up was real for
really
sure.
Fucking was, bro.
And it's tight too to kind of see you, like, doing that too with your gaming, bro. Like, pulling up, like, you know, I drop in from time to time, you know, pop up real quick, and then my man's in here talking like with his peoples, like,
bro.
Full blown interaction with his community, dude. Like, this,
man, I try my best, you know, because that's what I always say. You know, I end my streams the same way every single day, and I always tell people, you know, stay healthy, stay happy, keep smiling. And I make sure I tell everybody that I love them, because we're doing the shit that we like to do. And for people, like, as far as streaming goes, like, I'm doing what I love to do. I really don't care. I mean, I do care, but I really don't care if there's 0 people in the chat or 150 people, because I've seen both ends of the spectrum. And the interaction is what matters the most to me, because these people are taking time out of their day to spend time with me, and I'm taking time out of my day to spend time with them too. You know, I could easily turn the camera off and just play video games, but sometimes what comes with those interactions of the people that I'm playing with, like, funny shit happens. We're laughing, we're having a good time. Hopefully, people in the chat can laugh too. Sometimes we have serious ass conversations where good things come out of it, or even like we're bickering, and then the bickering gets resolved, and it, like, shows people, oh, you can disagree and still be friends and still enjoy things that you enjoy doing together. So yeah, man, I'm gonna this is never gonna stop for me, bro. I'm gonna be 50 years old still sitting in a gaming chair doing something, but the interaction with the community is the most important part, because there's days where I feel good and I'm just like, I'm about to sit here and just chat with the community for like 25 minutes and jam out to some music and be chill. And then there's some days where I'm like kind of feeling a little bit low. I'm like, I don't want to turn the camera on today. But then I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Because what if somebody needed this? What if somebody needed like an escape, and that's what I am to them, is an escape. Now I'm taking away from you, and I don't want to take away anything from anybody ever. You know, it's all love though, bro. It's always loving you.
It's cool to be able to give something where people look forward to it. You know what I mean? Like they can say, been having a shit day, but Cisco's going to be on, you know, and I like hearing their conversations, or I like hearing this, or I like hearing that. Like and it's cool because it feels like, when I think about it, bro, like I was thinking about it the other day, right when you texted me, bro, it was like, he's really walking, like, I feel like you're walking in purpose doing gaming. I feel like you're walking within purpose, and you're walking with like this path that you've taken is something really that fits you. You know what I mean? Being able to like, I've always enjoyed our conversations. And this shit people have never even heard us talk about. Like those conversations, they're heartfelt and it's mind stimulating. It makes me think. You know what I mean? Like I remember we've had debates over this and that, and it's like, even within difference of opinion, it's still like delivered with this heartfelt sensitivity of like, we can still be cool after this. Like, you know what I mean? Like you believe in what you believe in, I'm believing what I'm believing in, and we cool. Like, cause a lot of people these days can't do that. You know what I mean? And we've talked about that multiple times.
That's important. Yeah. Just because you disagree doesn't mean that you don't have to be friends anymore.
Exactly. Like, no, there's certain deal breakers. Like, you know what I mean? Like I can't be friends with somebody who acts violently against somebody in racism. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
understandable. But those are morally wrong. Like, you know what I mean? They're morally wrong.
You hurt children. I can't be friends with you, bro. Can't be friends with you. Like, you know what I mean? But for the most part, all the other stuff is figure outable. You know what I mean? Like,
figure outable.
You know what I mean? I seen that word, and I was like, that is tight. I gotta it's figure outable, bro.
No, I feel the same, and I appreciate you saying that, man, because as of lately, now, I do feel like I'm serving my purpose in a sense of not only being a father, but just with the interactions that I have with people on a day-to-day basis. Because we've talked about it before, you know, like giving the love that the world doesn't have. Like we have to be that. We have to be that. And, you know, really, it's easy for you to say that. It's so easy for everybody to say, oh, yeah, like I live my life morally, but to actually act upon that and really live your life out that way, it changes who you are as a person. It changes your mindset, and it changes your day-to-day, how you go through your day-to-day, and it genuinely makes your fucking day better. That's the wild part about it, is like when you genuinely start loving people and even loving yourself, you know, taking time for yourself, taking care of yourself, taking care of your body, all that great stuff. It really changes a lot of shit that happens in your fucking life. And I think that, you know, like even with your progression and everything that you've done, I can tell that you're walking the path that you're supposed to be on as well. Even though you're away from your child, you know, and we've talked about this before, you're doing what you need to do right now to make life right for yourself and right for him. And I mean, look, a beautiful thing has come out of that, where now you met this young lady and you're hitting it off, you know, because she's staying at your crib 3 times a week. And like you said, that's what resonated with me, was I had the balls to ask her for her number. When you said that, I was like, man, because Punch is a good looking guy. Look at him. This motherfucker is a good looking guy. But for you to say I had the balls to ask her for her number, and then look what's grown from that. Sometimes all it takes is just a little bit of balls.
Just a little bit.
Sometimes all it takes is just a little bit of balls, man. And you know, knowing that now in your mind, you were like, well, what the fuck was I worried about? Why was I scared? So that small transition between you and this young lady is going to progress you in life even more too, because you're like, I was nervous. I didn't have anything to be nervous with, because now she sleeps in my bed. So what can I accomplish next? You know what I mean? That's another check, a little progression there. And it's beautiful, bro. If you look at it that way, like if you look at it in that light, it's beautiful once you start progressing.
And, you know, even with that, like lately I did, like, and this even, like, you know, calls to you too, bro, is like when you really want something, it's going to give you those balls. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to give you that resolve to be like, I'm about to do this. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm going to go all the way with it. Like, Trump, clothing, this podcast itself, bro, gaming, and the commitment, and especially like the type of commitment you show to it, bro. Like, some guys just start a stream and they just put it on Twitch. Some guys don't ever get in front of a camera. Some guys don't even respond to their fucking their chat lines and stuff. They don't do any of this stuff to provide a better experience than just doing what they do. You know what I mean? And I think when you really want something, the bravery is one thing. It gets you in the game. But then the amount that you want it will push you into it. Like, you know what I mean? It'll make you go further. Like, how bad. That's what it's like when they say, how bad do you want it? It's like, all right, I'll show you. I'll show you how bad.
It said, E.T. the hip-hop teacher, right? He said, success is when you show that you want it as bad as you want to breathe. And I changed my whole lifestyle for this shit, bro. I dedicated a whole room to this. I mean, granted, the production isn't up to par with people that have millions of fucking dollars, but I've invested so much time and so much money into just this area because I want to provide a good experience. Like, I got a better camera, I got a better microphone, I got a better setup, and paid a bunch of money for this shit because people are actually watching, and I want them to have a good experience. I'm not gonna play. I was playing with a shitty ass mic. The shit was like scratching and shit like that, and my camera was fucking low quality, and it sounded like shit. And people were still watching, and I was like, okay, wait. If people are still watching like this, let me make the experience for them better because it's my craft, so I watch other people that do it, and I notice like if somebody got a fucked up mic or you can hear the key clicks on the keyboard through the microphone, I'm done watching because now you've lost my attention. So how do we continue to gain that attention, gain the word of mouth? How do I get it to where the current viewers are like, hey, you need to watch this guy because he's fucking hilarious? Or when he gets mad at video games, it's some of the funniest shit that you ever seen where he has deep conversation like that. That's what I always keep in the back of my mind. And the other thing is I've always been myself on stream. Always. Like, there's people that create a persona when they're in front of a camera, and I can't do that, man. Like, I thought about it for so long. I thought, well, the only way to really go viral is if I just, I become this person that I'm not, and let me just do all this. But it's so hard to be fake. For me, at least, it's hard as fuck to be fake. And I don't want to act while I'm on camera because I want people to know the actual me and understand that what I'm doing with this is what I love, and I want to show that I love it that fucking much. You know what I mean? Just like, especially like you with your clothes. Like, when we pushed this out, bro, that shit meant so fucking much to me. And I was like, man, this man took time out of his schedule with what he already has scheduled with the line and was like, yeah, let's do it. And we hit up the designer and we did all this shit. And we put together, in my opinion, a beautiful fucking piece of work. And it did well. It fucking did well. And it did exactly what I wanted it to do. And it gained traction for the both of us.
Yeah.
And then you were like, here, bro, this is you. And I was like, say less. Like, I appreciate that. And that was love right there, And now my whole brand is based off of this.
I almost forgot that I did that. Like,
yeah, bro. And that shit's that, like, so that just shows who you are as a person. I wish everybody could get a small glimpse of what you've gone through in the past, especially like when you lost pops, like that shit. I remember that time of your life, bro. It was fucking hard, but you kept it a buck and just kept grinding. You know what I mean? Like, that was, man, that shit was, it was like, it took me back for a second. I was like, man, this man is still like, he's more worried about what's going on with his family and making sure that they're okay. He's not even mourning properly. And that it says a lot, bro. That kind of shit says a lot. So I wish everybody got a chance to meet who you are, especially right now as a person, because the light is shining, man. The light is shining real, especially with you taking the steps to become a Mason. Like, nobody knows the type. We were talking about it. Nobody knows the type of shit that you went through get where you're at. Like, that's fucking wild, man. Like, that shit inspires the fuck out of me, and I think about it a lot. And I talk about you a lot too. Like, I'm like, man, this Andrade motherfucker from
bro. It's been nuts, dude. It's been nuts, like to look back and reminisce, like, you know what I mean, and the growth, the just the life change of it all, like, you know what I mean. We were both young, no kids, you know what I mean, no nothing really going like that, just our work, just doing our thing, you know what I mean, and to have taken on certain things and got serious about it, really pursue it, you know what I mean. I knew you were going to do good, bro. I knew you were going to do good with the gaming. Everything you always, like, every day at work, it was always like, oh, Cisco's about to get this shit done. Like, you know what I mean? And just it's, you know, that mixture of like the work ethic, the mentality of it, you know what I mean? And then when applied to a certain place, you can apply it. Like, you know what I mean? That mentality, it's that, just that drive for it, bro. And you're over 1,000 followers now too on the gaming.
Yeah, we're at, let me see, we're at 1,103.
Congratulations, bro.
Thanks, bro. It was huge, man. When I saw that it hit 1,000, man, I was so elated. Like I was on top of the world. And to some people, 1,000 is not a lot. And in all actuality, 1,000 is not really that much. But from where we were to where we're at now, it was just. I sit back and I watch clips of like when my setup didn't look like this, when we didn't have all the fancy lights and there was an ugly ass couch behind me, and just like I remember my desk was I found it for free off of like Craigslist or something, and I made my brother come out with his truck and I picked it up, and the desk was all like tattered, and I was like, I just need a desk. I don't even give a fuck, you know, like. Actually, when I first moved into my crib, when I first moved in here, I was playing on a plastic fold-out table and a dinner seat, like a chair, and it was horrible, bro. But we had to get it done. You know what I mean? And yeah, are you in the hotel lot? Where the fuck are you at?
Oh, I'm in an Airbnb.
Oh, you're in an Airbnb?
Yeah, they got us Airbnbs, bro. I got this crazy ass pool back here. Got two roommates, they're two of my coworkers. These fools are all going downtown right now.
bro, are you about to go downtown too?
Oh nah. Well, I don't know. I don't know.
This man, watch, fuck. Midnight's about to come around the corner. You're gonna be like, fuck it, I'm going downtown.
Well, I'm going to a Miami game tomorrow, so I got to drive up to Miami. So I don't know if I'm gonna go out, bro.
Wait, Miami Heat?
No, Dolphins versus the Vikings.
Oh, you're going to a Dolphins game?
Mm-hmm.
This man, all of a sudden, he's a football fan
now. No, I be fucking with football. It's just my Raiders are trash, bro.
The Raiders are kind of trash, but the Eagles are 5-0. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you are an Eagles fan.
And actually, hold on. And the Padres are fucking playing right now. And let me see how they're doing. Let's see.
It was 0-0 last I checked.
Dodgers. Hey. That's one we can't agree on, bro. Because if you're gonna root for the Dodgers,
I know. I'm already knowing.
Disappointed, my G.
I'm already knowing. Oh my god.
This is a huge game for San. Man, you should have seen that. Like, but the city's been electric lately with the fact that we're in a postseason game, especially against the Dodgers, and our pitcher's from San Diego, and he went to the same school that I went to. His sister graduated the same year. Like, it's been wild, bro. Like, seeing his face all over billboards and shit, and then for him to be able to have an opportunity to try and bring it home today is wild. If the Padres win tonight, the city is about to be. Yeah. Tonight would be the night to go downtown. Let me just say, everybody getting laid.
Yeah, dude. Like, so these guys are going downtown, and it's been cool. Like, living in the spot. Like, we just have our own spot to ourselves. It's like, you know, I've been in Florida for about a year now, and when I was in Pensacola, I was there for a few months, and there was like no like oven. There was barely a stovetop, you know, and so it was kind of limited. Like, I had my own room, so I had like a lot more privacy. But even then, you step out of your bedroom, and you're in a hallway, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what the fuck? Like, it felt like living in a dorm. You know what I mean? You go down the hall, and there's another buddy's room, But to get outside, you have to go down this elevator, around to the front, and then it's still like, oh, there's these people from these rooms, and this person from that room, and then this coworker. There's really no like time off. You know what I mean? Like you see everybody all the time. So be doing these.
But now you got your own shit.
Yeah, the house is a little more chill. I can go in the backyard. There's only 3 of us here, you know, including me. There's only 3. So it's like we don't see the other 15 guys that fucking work with us on a regular, like damn near regular basis, washing your clothes in the same laundromat, washing all this shit. Like, you know, we got our own pads, bro. We're chilling.
Man, I'm so happy that you've had such a good experience with Sunrun because they fucked your boy, bro.
What happened?
Did I not tell you what happened with that shit?
No.
Oh man, no. Sunrun can suck my dick. Let me just say that, okay, bro. So you remember I was like, I'm in sales now for Sunrun, and we work for the same company. This, that, mm-hmm. Like I'm ready to fucking be out there making cake. I was ready to make a shit ton of money with them. I probably went to the office like 3 weeks for their fucking Tuesday or Thursday, whatever fucking shit. I signed into my application to get ready to go do sales, and it wouldn't let me sign in. I was like, what the fuck? So I went to my mentor, and I was like, hey, like this application, it's not fucking working. And he was like, oh, reach out to HR. So I was like, bet. I emailed HR. I was like, hey, my app's not working. Like, I'm ready to go out and knock on doors and make sales and this, that. And they were like, oh, it looks like you've been terminated from the company. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I've literally done everything that you guys have asked me to do and dealt with some, I dealt with some bullshit. So I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, you're going to have to reach out to the manager of your office. So I reached out to the manager of the office. And I was like, hey, like it says that you guys terminated me, but I was just at the meeting this morning. Like, what's going on? They were like, can you come tomorrow for like to have a sit down and we can discuss everything that's happened? Mind you, I never even sold anything, bro. I never knocked on a door. I didn't do shit. I was just going through the training process. So I went the next morning. The meeting was at 11 o'clock. Got there at 10:45, of course, right? You got to be early. Got there at 10:45. I waited there until 11:50. Nobody ever saw me. So I left, and I emailed the guy. And I was like, hey, we were supposed to have a meeting at 11. It's 11:50 now. I just left the office. I had stuff that I had to go run and do. And he was like, I apologize. Let's reschedule for another day. Never messaged me back. I never got told why I got terminated. Nothing. But the crazy thing about it is, I never even did anything. I never made a sale. I never did anything. So what reason did I have to get terminated? They literally terminated me without telling me why I was terminated. And they didn't even tell me that I was terminated. I had to reach out to HR, and they were like, oh, you don't work here anymore. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, it was the biggest bullshit. Everybody was like, yo, you need to sue them, this, that, and the other. And I was like,
I would call labor board.
You can't do anything because in California, the law is they don't have to tell you why they fired you.
Oh, it's like at will. It's an at will state. Mm-hmm. But there's still got to be something. I don't know. There's still got to be something behind that, bro. Like,
I don't get it, bro. I don't understand. And because I jumped through hoops because I had a warrant that I didn't even know about.
Oh.
Yeah, I had a warrant that I didn't even know about. And so when they were trying to hire me, they were like, well, you have a warrant, we can't hire you. And I was like, whoa, hold up. I didn't even know I had a warrant. Let me go get it cleared. The courthouse is literally a block away from me. I was like, I'll go to the courthouse and get that shit cleared tomorrow. Got it cleared, like did everything that I had to do, sent them over the documentation that I didn't have a warrant anymore. And yeah, bro, I jumped through fucking hoops. This one dude that was supposed to be mentoring me, he was like, okay, we're going to go knock on doors, go get lunch. I'm going to go get lunch, and then we'll meet up at this place. I waited for 3 hours for this man. He never showed up. 3 hours, bro. I sat in the parking lot like fucking like a sitting duck. Bro, that was the worst experience for a job I ever had in my life.
Oh my god, dude!
I was almost like, I'm going back to the car business. Fuck this shit. It was that bad, bro.
Bro, no way. Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. I'm glad that you have it. But I mean, we were on 2 different fields because you did the installations, and I was on sales. But the fact that you're making cake and they got you where they got you right now, like blessed, bro.
Blessed. I would have to say the least, bro. And I've that's just. It's crazy because, I have a DUI, and it's like they still hired me regardless of it. They've worked me regardless of it. Recently, I got driving privileges despite it. You know what I mean? And so, when I get home, I'll have even though I got promoted to this, I'm gonna have to take a pay cut to get back home and work my way back through it. I at least know that there's some stuff working for me.
Yeah, like at least you know you can get back to that spot when you come back home.
100%, bro. Like the shit we've been doing out here has been so hard, bro. Like I come home, Dick, and I've sweat. Just like my sock, the smell of my socks is so foul that it pisses me off. Like I'm like, like like dude,
how could put your socks outside?
Bro, how could a girl ever suck my toes, bro? There's no way. Like, you're not having a good time.
Yeah, I don't need to know that girls are sucking your toes, all right, bro?
Never. I mean, I'm not into that weird. I'm not into that shit, but it's like...
Hey, we don't kink shame around here, bro. The community doesn't kink shame, so if you're into that, then go ahead.
Oh, my goodness, dude. I'm just like, no way. Like, there's absolutely no way. Like,
wait, so let me ask you this. So, Sid isn't in Ventura anymore, right?
No, she is. She's back in Ventura now.
Oh, she's back. Okay, because I was gonna ask you, when you come back home, are you gonna live in Ventura again? Because I know you were talking about living in San Diego.
Yes, SD, because they had moved down to Oceanside for a while.
Which I don't consider that San Diego, by the way. That's fucking too far.
Yeah,
that's the ass end of San Diego.
So the thing is at one point the San Diego install teams had a branch in North San Diego and South San Diego, and they consolidated. I think if I had remembered right, into the North San Diego branch.
No. They still had a Southern California one because that's the one I was at.
Okay, well,
maybe for the installers was different.
Yeah, see, that's the only thing I didn't know. That was the thing I was still trying to figure out, because if it was Northern San Diego, I was just going to move to O-side. If it was Southern San Diego, then I was going to move maybe to North San Diego, so I could be kind of midway. You know what I'm saying? Like try to find something in that area. But she had moved back. She had moved back around the time she had her baby boy. Around the time she was pregnant with her baby boy. And so, yeah, they're in Ventura now. That's why I'm just like, I'm going to go back. I'm going to just go back home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy, man, because Ventura, man, moving to Ventura was like a blessing in disguise for me. But I hated it at first because I'm a city boy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm from San Diego. There's fucking a million people that live here. And I moved to this little ass fucking beach town. But I loved it, bro. And genuinely, if I ever leave San Diego, which probably won't be for a long time, because if Peanut's not leaving, I'm not leaving. And because I don't want to have to fly back and forth to see him or have him fly to me. That's not in the cards for me. That's not how I want to raise him. But yeah, I want to live in a little town, bro.
Mm-hmm.
If I could move back to Ventura, I probably would. I love that city so much.
What about it?
Everybody just knew everybody. I mean, I guess that was a bad thing too, but everybody just knew everybody, and it was just like tight knit. And even like the hoods were tight knit too. You know what I mean? Like, you go to Montalvo or you go to fucking 5 Points, shit like that. Everybody just kind of stayed in their little areas. But when it came to the city of Oxnard or the city of Ventura, everybody was like united. When the Strawberry Festival happens, or when the Cowboys are in town and shit like that, and they do the practice, there's just a sense of community that we don't feel here in San Diego, unless it's something big like the Padres in the postseason type of shit. But you don't like Ventura and Oxnard, Ojai. Like, they don't have to deal with outsiders. You guys are just like out in your own little bubble, and that's what I loved about it. You don't have to worry about people coming in like tourists and shit like that. I mean, Ventura does get a lot of tourists, but not as much as we do out here. And that's just the seclusion is nice, and it's fucking beautiful, man. I've never seen the beaches out here are not as nice as the beaches in Ventura.
My man,
bro, let me tell you. The Mexican food isn't as good, but it's good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, everybody just knows everybody, man. I had my barber that I would go to. I had even like going downtown Ventura to when I know Rookies is not there anymore. But even when I would go to Rookies, bro, like Steve and I would walk in there and we would say what's up to DJ, and he would play fucking "This Is How We Do It" like every time we walked in, and we just showed love to everybody. Bartenders already knew what we were drinking. We had the same area. just like that type of love that a small city shows you is dope. And when you're that guy in that city, you're that fucking guy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I would go back. I would go back, and even just like driving down to Thousand Oaks and partying down there, or going up to Santa Barbara and partying up there. You know, like
most underrated place to go out and drink, party, have a good time. Most underrated place I've ever been to in my whole life has been Santa Barbara, California.
It's underrated?
Most underrated.
Bro, I had a blast.
I have a smash time. No one ever talks about Santa Barbara.
The first time I ever went to Santa Barbara was for fiestas.
Oh my god.
Bro, it was wild. I literally walked from bar to bar to bar. People were smashing eggs with confetti over each other's heads and shit. It was wild.
Bro, most underrated, most underappreciated, slept on place to fucking hang out, dude. And I'm talking about experience from 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. A whole day. You can make out of Santa Barbara. You can go to the fucking beach. You can have mimosas by afternoon. You can be at the beach at 7 a.m. Have mimosas by 11. Go back to the beach, take a nap, get up, and hit downtown State Street by 9 p.m. and it's already alive. Like in Santa Barbara, you have everything from the early night drinkers. Like they go from like 9 to like 11, 12. They're done. Like we got to call the Uber. And you even get the 12 to 3 a.m.ers out there too. The guys who are going to close this fucking bar down and have the after nightcap somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're local.
The only downfall of Santa Barbara from Ventura to Santa Barbara or Ventura to LA was it was 45 minutes each way.
Yep.
So like it's like if we're going to LA, we're staying in LA for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Or if we're going to Santa Barbara, we're staying in Santa Barbara.
Because we finna get crunk. I ain't making that 45-minute drive.
Because I even remember when we would go to the 818s, bro. Like when we would go to the sessions, when we started going to the park, it took us 40 minutes minimum to drive down to the park. And I remember we would be drained by the time we drove back up. And it was like, who's driving this time? Punch is driving this time. Okay, Sissy's driving this time. Okay. You know, like, and then even when we went to, I think we went to like. I don't know whenever that prissy and fucking eye shit happened. I don't remember where we.
Oh, it was an overhype.
Yeah, where the fuck was that at though?
Overhype. The overhype. I think they have it in Carson.
Yeah, it was somewhere far, bro, and we drove like an hour and a half to get there. And
yeah, it was way out there. It was way out there.
I'm like never fucking again in my driving. Somebody else can drive.
Yeah, it's the overhype spot.
But the only dope thing about me driving to overhype was that Concrete was in my car.
Oh yeah.
I was hype about that, and it was after he performed for the Super Bowl already. And he was like telling me about how fine Beyonce was in real life, and I was like, "You lucky motherfucker."
Man, bro, and the shit he's going through right now too has been kind of like that was kind of something too. I wanted to like talk. Like I did want to ask you about was like. You've been hearing about this whole shit with like 7M, right? In the group 7M. So there's a group.
I'm not on the Crumpers page anymore.
Okay.
I took the old one off. You're gonna have to add me to the new one.
Well, bro, there's gonna be like a whole HBO thing on this.
What?
So supposedly, allegedly, allegedly, there's this group 7M that allegedly is like this cult, right? And so I don't want to call them a cult. But they are a management group that is Christian oriented, right? And they are using Christian messaging to, attract certain dancers. And with these dancers, they're controlling their social media pages and certain other aspects, right? And they have them doing like weird, like some weird shit, bro, from what I've been told so far and what I've found out. Like, just like they're having them dance in these clothes, like, you know what I mean? Which would, if a guy
Concrete is like being managed by them?
Was being managed by them. Chez is B-Dash. B-Dash was the first verified, I think he was the first verified dancer on TikTok. So I if I remember right, they used TikTok as their avenue to attract B-Dash. Then
you're talking about like now that Chez is dancing in like dress clothes and shit like that. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, they got.
I was wondering why Concrete wasn't doing videos with them anymore.
So them,
because B-Dash branched off first. I noticed that because it would be the three of them. It would be B-Dash, Concrete, and Tight Eyes. And then I noticed B-Dash kind of like after he proposed and shit like that, he kind of started going through his own avenue. And then I noticed that Chez and Kevin were like dancing together. And then the white boy came along. Slavic, he's dope, by the way. But then I noticed that Concrete like kind of just off, and then it's just Chez and fucking.
So check this out now. So B-Dash, his wife, the one he proposed to on that video, his wife has not been in contact with her family for months now. What? And I think it's now going on years. And supposedly it's because of the SAVE1 group. Then Slavic, I know around the time that because he's Ukrainian, around the time that the war started, his family's like, we have not heard from him. Like, you know what I mean? And if I remember right, they're out there. They're in the home country. So now this is all allegedly, right? And Concrete was a part of this group. All these guys were a part of this group. And now Kev got out. He's out of that group now. And he's like, it's because of there's too many allegations. He's like some of this stuff, he's like, I just can't. Allegedly. So as the world spins, bro, like it's just weird to think like, you know, we got kids, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and our children need to be able to be safe around the people that they're doing their craft with. You know what I mean? And us as content creators, like, you know what I mean? Like, we got to make sure that we keep people privy of this shit. Like watch where you put your kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like, be careful with what you let them watch. You know, my content's not suitable for children. You know what I mean? My content is not suitable for children.
Yeah, my son's not allowed to watch me, bro.
Yeah, you feel me?
I say fuck and like suck my dick too much and
drink beers. I fucking smoke weed. It's literally called the smoking section, bro. No, Elijah, you do not need to watch this.
Yeah, no. Peanut knows what he's allowed to watch and what not to watch. And he's
what do you think? What do you think is like our role? Like, what do you think are like proper actions, like as a parent, to like keep people from wandering into some weird shit, bro?
See, this is the part that I fight with myself on so fucking much, right? Because you and I as people have seen bad shit, done bad shit, felt bad shit, thought bad shit, all this shit, right? And you know, our kids are about the same age, and Pina is, you know, the children in general, I would say, are the most pure beings on this earth, and all they know is love and sadness. And their sadness doesn't come from words. Their sadness comes more from action, right? Like not being played with enough, or not getting the treat that they want or the toy that they want. And we have to slowly build to where we show consequences. We show this is what your action, this is the reaction that your action gets, things of that nature, but we still want to keep them as pure as possible. Like, I want to shelter and be the blanket around my son for as long as I possibly can, which I know is not possible, right? Because he'll never get to the point of growth if that's the case. But the purity, like, I wish I was as pure as he is, like, and just enjoyed everything in life, which I'm trying to get to that point, but my mind has been altered by the things that I've gone through in 31 years of life. So it's difficult to do that. So our role as a parent is to blanket and show that negative things are going to happen, but we have to find the positive light in those negative things at all times. Because if we allow that negativity to alter the way that our minds think, or our children's minds think, that's when hate is created. That's when negativity is created and it's pushed outwards, and we don't need that. So when it comes to something to relate it back to what's going on, like Kevin's doing the right thing in my opinion because he feels that it's not right. Like what this company is doing is not right. And Kevin has a child too, you know, and unfortunately a disabled child, but he's doing everything to show his child that, hey, you're not fucking disabled. Like you can do everything that you want to fucking do. And that's why I love Kevin as a parent. He's huge in the dance world. Yeah, man. You can see the love that he has for his son. And that's fucking huge. And I love Kevin as a dancer. And luckily I've been able to, like him and I were able to have interactions where I got to pick his mind a little bit. And the fact that he was man enough to be like, yeah, fuck this management team. Because all he's ever really wanted to do was be put on. You know, like when he got into that Chris Brown video. Oh, no. He wasn't even in the video first. I think he did the iHeartRadio show with Chris Brown first. He did the Super Bowl. He did 2 Chris Brown videos, I think it is now. Like, but his name is not being brought up to the hype that he deserves, in my opinion. Bro, he's one of the best dancers I've ever seen in my life. Like legit one of the best. He was, in my opinion, he was the best eyes, in my opinion. Like he's one of the dopest dancers I've ever seen in my life. And he's not getting the recognition, but it's because he's doing things like what he's doing right now. Is he's not conforming to become famous, and that speaks a lot. And he's gonna be able. His son's gonna become 16, 17, 18 years old, and he's gonna be like, "Look, this is what I did in my journey to be." Because he is gonna be big. He is big, but you know he's not quote unquote famous. But it's because he's not gonna conform, so he'll be able to show and teach his son that, and he's living through what he wants his son to go through and how he teaches his son. And I think that's what we need to do as parents. Like you can't do one thing and say something, like you can't tell your kids like, oh, don't do this, and then you go and fucking do it. It's hypocritical. Why the fuck are we doing that? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Like kind of like I've been thinking about it recently, bro, and like one thing I think we need to start teaching our children, right, and even us as content creators, right, like we can't be so driven by the dollar bill. You know what I mean? Like the bills are going to get paid, fam. Just stay true to who you are. Like
100%.
All this stuff, it's going to get handled. You're going to get there, right? Like what are you willing to trade just for a couple extra dollar bills in your bank account? Like, and I think that these young men and women who are involved in these type of groups or get sucked into this type of shit is because they think that 80,000 a year isn't the same as 90,000 a year. Bro, that's like exact same amount of money. Like all you do is take one less trip to McDonald's a week. You know what I mean? Like you take one less trip, bro. One less vacation. Put in 10 more hours of work, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That $10,000 is nothing, bro. So
I agree, and this touches back onto what I was talking about earlier. Is like, luckily, I was able to experience like a good amount of money when I was younger, like in my early 20s, mid 20s, and now where I'm at, I'm like, man, like for what? I'm not breaking my back for money. If my bills are paid and I can do what the fuck I want to do, come and stream and do what I want to do and be happy. That's way fucking more important to me. If that means I can't go to Vegas anymore, if that means I can't make an extra flight somewhere or do something, or, you know, I'm still driving the Rabbit, bro. I still have the 07 Rabbit outside. You know why? Because I don't need a fucking car payment. You know what I mean? People are like, oh, why the fuck you still drive an old ass fucking car? Because, motherfucker, you're sitting here driving your 2020 whatever, paying a $600 payment, and then eating top ramen while you're at home. I like steak. I'd rather have no car payment and eat steak. You know what I mean? Like, and it goes back. We had this conversation before. It goes back to like what we show people on Instagram and Facebook and shit like that. And that's why I like that, especially you and I do this. You know, I do my streaming, you do your podcast and things of that nature, because we're showing people who we fucking actually are as people. Like, this isn't fake. This is who we are. This is, if I called you on the phone tomorrow, this is exactly how we would talk to each other. How you talk to every person that's on your podcast is exactly how you are. How I stream and the way that I act on my stream is exactly who I am. Instagram is for the birds. Yeah, we have Instagram, whatever, to promote the shit that we're doing. But that's only a small glimpse of what's happening in our lives, and we're deciding what we show you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, bro, it's important as content creators to be real and show what the fuck we're actually doing. Like, I've had a panic attack on fucking stream before, and I'm like, yo, this is what the fuck happens to me. I can't fucking help it. You know, like, this is my stream has seen me in the most depressed times, bro, where I'm drinking a bottle of Henny every fucking night and I was fucked up all the time. And they've seen me grow to where I am now. I mean, granted, I'm drinking a couple beers, but I haven't drank since I got back from my trip. Actually, I drank last night. That's a lie. But that's because the Padres were playing. But yeah, like, I'm not drinking a bottle every night type of shit. You know what I mean? But when we show who we really are, and you have that solid community, even if it's 2 people, 5 people, whatever the case may be, it goes back to what I was saying. We're touching those people's hearts because, like you said, oh, what if Cisco does go live tonight? Oh, what if Putch is doing his podcast tonight? Like, I don't want to miss that. And I want to be there, and I want to see what they're talking about. I want to see what they're doing. And it's important to them. And that being important to them is important to us. Because we know we have regulars. We know who's watching. For the most part, we know that there's going to be a handful of people that are watching that we want to be around. And we can't be in front of them face to face, so this is the best thing that we can do.
Yeah, it's the being able to be around people, being our authentic self is, I think, is what I think is always going to carry us further, right? In the aspect, maybe not financially, as some of these guys who put on these personas and characters, but I will get further in the ability where, like I think of it like the Larry the Cable Guy, right? That's a fucking persona that he puts on, and I don't want to be at dinner and somebody say, "Hey, Putch, do Larry the Cable Guy." Like, no, I'm good.
You're like, bro, I'm just trying to eat, man.
Like, yeah, bro. Or like, I just don't feel like putting on the character. Like, I just don't feel like it, bro. Like, it's much easier for somebody to come up and be like, "Oh, you're Corpse," and it's like, yeah, hey, yeah, that's me. Like, you know what I mean? And because that's who I am. You know what I mean? Like, I dance exactly how I feel. I talk on this podcast exactly how I feel. I make clothes exactly how I feel. And there's really no change up, you know what I mean? And there's something, going back to that whole like SAVE1er experience, like, I hope more people and children teach their children. I hope they show themselves, like, you being you and you doing it your way is more than all right. Like, that's around here, that's encouraged. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we encourage that mindset around this side of the park. You know what I mean? Don't, for a couple more bucks, dude, why are you fucking letting somebody control your life, dude? Why are you letting them dictate what you put out and who you talk to, who you're allowed to be around? Like, no way. No fucking way, bro. No way. Like, I hope Elijah never feels the lack of love in his life to ever have to be like, oh, I'm going to stay in this guy's house and he's going to tell me I can't talk to my dad. No, fuck that.
He never will, though, because you're his father.
I mean, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? And I just hope that there's never a point in his life where, anybody's child ever has to feel that. Like, there's got to be better avenues. We all go through the points, bro, where, like, we hate our parents. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want to listen. It's that rebellious phase. And we seek the guidance and counseling of other older individuals. For some of us guys, it's the older homies in the neighborhood, or it's your buddy's dad or one of your uncles or grandpa. You know what I mean? You go talk to grandpa for a while. And
I never want to experience that, by the way. Like, that is exactly why I am the way with my son. That's exactly why I am the way with his mom, because you're never going to tell me that I'm not active in my child's life. You're never going to my son is never going to have a reason to be like. And I actually just talked about it today with Tierra, because we took Christina to the pumpkin patch, right? A little family outing, and that's like super important to me. Even though we're not together, I want my son to be like, he even asked, like, can we take a family picture? That's boom. That's exactly why I'm there. That's exactly why I have the relationship that I have with her, because he asked for that family picture. And guess what? In 10 years, he's going to be like, look, mom and dad, remember when we went to the pumpkin patch all together? That's what the fuck is important to me right there. Mm-hmm. And I was looking at him and because we were like on this little hay ride, right? And I was sitting on this side, he was sitting across from me, and then Tierra was like sitting on this little hay barrel. And he asked to take the picture, the family picture, because we were like snapping hella pictures. And so he came over, and then he like sat in the middle of us, and we took a picture. And I said, "Okay, baby, like you can go sit back where you were sitting." And he said, "No, Daddy, I want to sit next to you." And of course, elated. That shit made me feel good. And then I looked at Tierra. I was like, "Man, like, because I adore my father, bro. Even though he wasn't there growing up for me, he's the hardest worker I fucking know, and I love my father, and my work ethic comes from him, and he's a good man." And I looked at her, and I was like, "Do you think that Peanut's gonna?" No, like, do you think he's gonna adore me the way that I adore my dad? And then Peanut goes, "I do, Dad. I love you so much." And I was like, "Whoa!" And then she looked at me and she was like, "Yes, because you're around. Like you are always you always want to be around. Like I will stop shit that I'm doing in the middle of the day if he wants to kick it, and I'll be there." And I'm telling you, man, it has the way that I am with my son and his mom has affected my life positively and negatively. Positively in the sense of I'm always there for my son. I'm always gonna be there for my son, and luckily, like we're able to do shit as a family sometimes. And I don't mean family as like, oh, her and I together holding hands, that together. But I mean like a mother and a father and their child. Mm-hmm. And but people always come at me and they're like, "Yo, what the fuck? Like that shit's weird. What are you doing? Like why are you guys going to SeaWorld together? Why are you guys going to together? Why are you guys going to the pumpkin patch together?" I'm like, "What the fuck do you mean?" Mm-hmm. Like, I have my crib. I come home. I live alone. She has her crib. She does her thing. It's not like we're fucking holding hands and, doing all this shit. We're there because my son, like, we want our son to experience a mother and a father. He has his mom every day of the week. They have their nightly routine. I come over. I bathe him. I do his thing. I say goodnight to him. I come home. He knows that mommy and daddy have two different houses. But I know that I have mommy and daddy, and I know that mommy and daddy love me enough to do things with me together is what's important to me. And I honestly, at this point, like where I'm at now, I've heard it so much, like, "Oh, baby daddies and baby mom." Like, I'll never call her my baby mama either. Like, that to me is, in my opinion, is disrespectful. She's never done anything to disrespect me, and I appreciate her for that. But like, I've heard it so much. Baby mama, baby daddies aren't supposed to do this shit, and you see all this toxicity and the way other co-parenting is going on, and I'm just like, I don't give a fuck, bro. The only thing that matters to me is the way I want to make sure my son is happy. I want to make sure that my son knows that his mother and his father both love him. I want to make sure that we're able to capably do all this shit, because there's times where I take him to the park, we go out for ice cream, we do shit separate. They do the shit separate, but when it comes down to like do big time shit like that, you're gonna have pictures of me and your mom doing shit with you, and that's what's important. Yeah. Especially if we're doing like when he was a kid, we did the Baby Shark concert, and we were all together. That's the shit that matters to me, because I don't have I have no pictures in my whole life of my mother and my father together, and my son will not experience that. I refuse. I fucking refuse. So,
I'm getting there. I'm getting there now, with Sid, and
your situation's a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, everybody's breakup is different. Everybody's situation and how things got handled is always going to be different. You know what I mean? The way that, and this has taken me a while. And with Rosie, we helped show each other that everybody's conflict resolution isn't the same, right? And me and Rosie's differ very much. Like, you know what I mean? And one thing I've talked with her recently was like, of course it's like, hey, you have, like, what's up with Sid? Those conversations are going to come up. What's up with your kid's parent? Like, you know what I mean? And you kind of have to walk him through this sense of security of like, that is my child's mother, right? Like, and if Elijah ever said, "Hey, I want you and mom, let's take a picture together," I ain't doing it for her. I'm doing it for him. You know what I mean? And I ain't even doing it for myself because I don't want to stand in this picture right now. No, like, no, thank you. But I'm doing it for my son. You know what I mean? And no disrespect. And this is no disrespect to her. This is more of a, if I can create a sense of security for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, no, I won't be in this picture. But for him, yes, I will be. Yes, I will be. Absolutely, 100%. You know what I mean? And I'm finally getting to the point to where, because he asked me the other day, he's like, "Are you going to come to my birthday party?" I was like, "Oh yeah, baby daddy's going to throw you a birthday party." He's like, "No, the one with my mom." And I was like, "Sure, sure, baby. Just ask mommy. Like, you just ask mommy, and then we'll go from there." And so, if she's cool with it, I'm cool with it. And if he wants that, okay. Like, you know what I mean? But if not, okay, that's fine too. You know what I mean? Like, all I know is that I'm willing. You know what I mean? I've gotten to the point now where I'm more willing for it.
Yeah, because the presence of a father is so prevalent, bro. It is extremely important in this day and age, in this society that we're living in right now. Because a lot of people they didn't grow up with their fathers. And it's not that their fathers weren't around. You know what I mean? It's not that they didn't live in the same house as them and shit like that. It's just like my pops worked 2 jobs. He didn't have time to raise me really, because he was too busy making money for the house.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes back to what I was saying, where I could go back to the car business. I could easily like that, and I could make $100,000 next year. I could, but then what's Peanut gonna say? "Oh, daddy, I want to do this." "Oh, I can't, son. I have work." "Daddy, are you going to be at my birthday?" "I can't, son. I have work." "Oh, daddy, I want to go to SeaWorld." "I can't. We have to wait till next weekend when I'm off, maybe, if I don't have any appointments." You know what I mean? Like, I refuse. Because I started to kind of sit back and reflect on how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, I was into graffiti. I was into skateboarding. I was into dancing. My dad, I danced for like 5 years, quote unquote, professionally, like in competitions and stuff. My pops only went to one of my shows ever. My dad's only ever seen me skate one time, and we skated every fucking day from the age of 14 to 19. My dad thought that my graffiti was like bullshit. Didn't know that I had started getting paid for it, and like actually doing murals for people on their businesses and shit like that. That's not gonna be me. And I love my father, bro. I adore my fucking father. But everything that he's done has helped me become the man that I am, even if it's the negative things that I look at. Again, we got to find the positivity in the negative things that we see. So the positive outlook is that my son won't have to go through that. You know what I mean? I took it negatively, but I understood where he was coming from. You know, immigrant from Mexico. I'm first generation here in the States. So he did what he had to do. He did the only thing that he knew how to do. And the man still works 2 jobs to this day. I get to see my dad 1 day a week, and I haven't seen him in the last month and a half because I'm working my new job, and I can't see him on the days anymore because I work. Mm-hmm. So it's just, yeah, man. We need to be around. It doesn't matter if we do or don't get along with our kids' mothers. It doesn't matter. We got to be around. And the thing is, they have to understand that. The mothers have to understand that, because it could be you could have a stepdaddy, cool, but that's not your dad, bro. I'm your fucking dad, and I'm gonna be around. I don't care if your mom and I don't get along. I'm gonna be around. You're my fucking kid. Like I've been like that. Luckily, I got blessed with Tiara, because she's a good person. But yeah, I don't care who it would have been. You're not keeping me away from myself.
No way, absolutely. And I think
I appreciate that, Ken.
And I'm thankful for Sydney and the fact that she's packed up and moved and done. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever. She was doing what she had to do. I had to come to terms with that. And her and Matthew came to decisions based on, I'm just trying to do the best for my family. You know what I mean? I wasn't cool with it at first, but I had to do some big boy thinking, and big boy decisions were made that they were just doing the best, like any normal. I'm in Florida now, doing the best I can. I'm fucking rolling with the punches, baby. But she's never kept me away. Any weekend I've ever wanted him, unless there was something that they had planned already, like, hey, well, we actually planned a trip over here or whatever. There's never been a no. It's no. Like, he could be there crying on the weekend, wanting to see dad. And she'll call me, hey, he wants to see you. Like, all right, I'm on my way. Like, you know what I mean? And people wonder why I don't drink. And I mean, I'll drink and smoke right now, but like, because
you're home.
I ain't home. She can't call me. And when I'm home, she could call me at any second. I am not only a full-time, but I'm also on call, baby. Like, you get me? Like, when it's my time, I pick that motherfucker up and we go do what we do. You know what I'm saying? And I think like I don't know. It's been weird. It's been weird trying to date. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm 30. Like, it's weird dating in your 30s. You know what I mean? I turned 30 next
I'm
month.
right there with you.
You know, I turned 30 next month.
I know it.
It's weird. And especially the whole, like, you know, children, it's like, it just makes it hard. But, like, the people who do choose, like, Rosie's done really well, like, choosing, like, hey, like, this is his life. Like, this is a part of his life. And there's things with her life, too. Like, bro, she's a beautiful girl. Amazing bartender, you know, so I'll go there and drink and I'm just watching the guys just hound her. You know what I mean? And you got to swallow that golf ball. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you sit back and relax knowing like, yeah, she coming home with me after, bro.
Hey, bro, relax. I have to tell myself that every time. Like, you know what I mean? Because, like, you know, there's some good looking dudes that pull up there, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I am confident enough in myself to be like, but hey, this is a good looking dude. You know what I mean?
I'd probably fuck him.
You know what I mean? And he's over here talking shit. And she's just like, no, my boyfriend wouldn't like that. Oh, my boyfriend thinks so too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll hear it, bro. I'll hear it some nights.
Yeah, it's nice when you finally like get the introduction to somebody that says that exact thing to you, right? Like you had your life prior to me being around. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to interrupt that. I just want to add on to that. Mm-hmm. Like that's, bro, let me tell you. Like that right there is like where the fuck you been my whole life? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's something, man. So the fact that you're getting that, hey, respect, brother, and I'm happy for you because I've seen your roller coaster over the last year and a half, 2 years. You know, it's been wild, man. I mean, there was a point where you were calling me, texting me, asking me a bunch of questions and trying to figure shit out, and I was right there with you, man. You know, telling you like, yo, this is what you gotta do, and the fact that you had your own big boy conversation and did what you had to do is huge, man. Because you know, our kids' moms are never going away, and let's make the time the easiest that we possibly can for ourselves and for them. Because there's no point in fucking fighting, bro. Our kids see that, and for what? To prove to one another that you're right.
Yeah. Over something that's already happened. You know what I mean? Or whatever, dude. There's no reason. There's no reason for it. I am like, I don't say it enough, but I hope you know, man, is like I am very thankful for the friendship that we have, dude. You've been a real fucking homie to a boy, man. Like,
I appreciate that, man.
In the worst times, and that's when it's hard. That's when I know, like, and I've been telling people this, like, I know who my friends are by the ones who've been down with me when I'm at my worst. Like, when I don't deserve friends. Like, I don't deserve these friends that I have right now. Like, because I'm just bitching, or I'm fucking emotional, or I just ain't got nothing to give. I ain't got nothing to give you, bro. Like, I ain't got no weed. I ain't got no spot to kick it. I ain't got this. I ain't got that. Like, a lot of people disappear when you ain't got it. Like, you know what I mean? But they be around when you got it. But when you ain't got it,
trust, I know that one, bro. Trust, I know that one.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I appreciate your friendship as well, bro. Like, I mean, I literally wear your clothes pretty much every day, bro. So I can sit back and reflect and be like, yo, this motherfucker, you know, this man has gone through a lot. He's going through a lot. This is my boy. Like, you were my main man in fucking Ventura when I was up there, and the fact that we kept the relationship even when I came back home is huge, bro. It just shows the connection, you know what I mean? And the connection between you and I was fucking instant, bro. It was like, hey, let me call Putch, or I'm gonna go over to Putch's after work, or Putch, you want to go get a beer or something, or you know, like, it was all the time thing. Yeah, I'm very thankful for our friendship, bro, and the fact that we're able to sit here and do this. And like, think about it. Who knew when we met each other that this is what we would be doing right now?
Yeah, for real. For real.
Who? Not me. I didn't think about that shit. It's wild.
It's wild, man. I am like thoroughly like surprised every day. Like, when I wake up sometimes, bro, like I've been really on it about trying to pray every morning. I try to pray before I go to bed, you know what I mean, and just give those thanks real quick, you know what I mean. But there's days I'm surprised with, like, when you have friends, certain goals, and like when you, and not just friends, people you can sit here and bullshit with. You know what I mean? I'm talking about homies, me, you. You know what I mean? People who can like get after it in their own lives, but then still be there for their friends. You know what I mean? Because you have some of the friends who go get after what they're after, and you don't really hear from them, but you see them, and it's like, hey, what up, man? Like, good to see you. Like, you know what I mean? And it'd be genuine. You know what I mean? Like it is. Like it's like nothing past, but you're just not as close with them as you were before. You know what I mean?
It happens, bro. That's life. We experience that as we get older, and it happens. There's no love lost.
Yeah, but for us to still have like communications, doing podcasts together, shit to make sure that we're doing these check-ins like as homies. You know what I mean? And it's good. I hope people take more time, because I feel like for a cool minute everybody was lost and who's following who and who's got this and who's got. But people are starting to kind of get up more genuine connections from what I've been seeing lately. Like, you know what I mean? And really, I mean, I don't know if it's just like my older friends, like we're just all hitting that age. We're like, hey, bro, that shit don't matter. Like, this shit don't matter. You know what I mean? Like, or
we're getting old.
Yeah, we're getting older, bro, and or just call me, bro. Like, let's not hash this out over a text message, or oh, you got something going on, bro. Call me, like let's talk about it. Like, if you got you got this drama, that drama, lost your job, you need a place to crash, bro, don't hesitate to fucking call me. Like, I could be that homie for you. You know, and as time goes on, I just do hope more people get to realize, especially like people we're close to, or even just for me back in Oxnard, like if you need a play, just holler. You know what I mean? Just holler, bro. And you know, if you ever need anything, bro, all you gotta do is holler.
You're only 200 miles away when you come back home.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, but what's next, bro? What are you gonna be doing next with your stream? Like, do you have anything planned for it? What are you adding on soon?
You know, I've been like chewing over doing my own podcast. But I gotta figure it all out first. Like, I gotta put together the game plan. But other than that, I mean, there's really nothing. I'm just gonna be consistent on the things that I'm currently doing. I'm trying to get back on a schedule where I'm consistent back on it. I'm just really looking out for what's going on in my life right now. Like I said, I'm at peace with a lot of things that have happened in my life over the last year and a half, and I'm in a good place, bro. I'm happy. Like, I smile every fucking day now, and I'm good, bro. There's nothing on my plate that's next. Like, I'm not even thinking that far ahead right now because I'm so indulged in the moment that I'm in right now. That's all I give a fuck about. Like, let's just indulge in the moment that I'm in. I don't want to think too far into the future, because once you start doing that, then you set expectations for yourself, and that's when disappointment comes in, and I don't want to do that. I want to leave no room for disappointment right now.
My guy. And dude, like, it's just, you know, you got that first 1,000, bro, and that's already a huge milestone. You know what I mean?
Appreciate
that. I had to restart the Facebook page for the brand, and then the old Instagram. And that shit had got hacked, bro, in like March, and I lost everything. And the Facebook page had gotten to 10,000 likes. I had just unlocked all the shit on the business page, like all this shit, bro, like all this shit. And so starting back at ground zero, I'm looking at like, if I can just get to that first 100, you know what I mean? And then it's like, I remember you celebrated that first 50, you celebrated the first 100, 200, 350, like all these milestones, bro. And to see that.
Hold on, I'm gonna make sure my air's on. Hold on one second. I'm sweating over here. Hold on one second.
Got you. Everybody who's watching, I hope y'all are enjoying this shit. This is a smoking section. You get the shit only here. Only here do you ever get genuine conversations with two people. Enjoy this. Hope y'all enjoy the moment. Follow him. Make sure y'all hit that like button. All that shit. Everything. My man Save1 Gaming. You're going to find him on Facebook. This is my boy. Come see what we be doing around here. Y'all know I love this shit. I live for it. If y'all are with us live, if y'all been with us live, I want to say thank you. This is the experience. This is what we're here for. This is what we be doing. You're What's funny is I'm not going to edit none of this.
So you gonna edit this?
I was like, nah. I was telling everyone
it's 80 degrees in my house.
I'm not gonna edit none of this because I just been right here talking shit. Oh man.
But yeah, like you were saying, yeah, we gotta celebrate these milestones.
Yeah, bro.
Even if it's little.
The little victories, bro. It's the little It's the little victories, man. Like I met this kid. I want to give him a shout out. He's Kid Sleek. And I met this kid in Miami, bro, and he dances so different, bro. And I was talking to him, and I was just like, that's what you need to keep. Like, out of everything that you end up doing well, always dance the way that you're dancing, because you're moving different. And no matter how your skill progresses, if your mindset towards music stays the same, you're always going to have this difference of how you're moving. Like, bro, he moved fucking crazy. And with us, I just hope, bro, for everything that we got going right now, I hope that we just keep moving different. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like everything that we've always done different. You know, from your
funny because I've actually been hearing that a lot lately. Like, you're different. Like, what you do is different. The way you're doing this is different. And I just think, like, that's bad. That's bad. I mean, like, not that it's bad that we move different. It's bad that what we're doing is, in my opinion, like, I feel like we move the right way, like the way that shit is supposed to be done. So when you hear like, oh, you're different, or oh, you do this differently, like, I sit back and I think to myself, well, what the fuck is everybody else doing? Like, are they? Where's the goodness in the world? Where's this shit at? Why? Because I'm being polite? Why? Because I'm doing the things that we're taught, or we're supposed to be taught when we're younger, and now we're applying it. Why is that different? Why? You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? What I'm trying to say is that,
yeah,
I don't want to. I do want to be different, but the things that I'm doing are like mid-tier. The people are supposed to do that shit. There's no reason that I should be different for doing the way that I mean, I appreciate it though.
I think everybody just gets so wrapped up in the archetypes. You know what I mean? Like, for you to be a podcaster, people want you to say dramatic shit. You know what I mean? They expect you to say, you know, these super like hot take shits. You know what I'm saying? Or to have this certain persona or certain image. And bro, I do these podcasts from my phone or my laptop. Like, you know what I mean? And
any means necessary.
By any means necessary, bro. I'm not letting nothing stop me from doing a podcast, bro. Like, if I feel like talking to the homie and having certain shit talked about, like, you know what I mean, like on live or whatever, I'm doing it right here, right now. You know what I mean? And I think that people are just so used to these archetypes. So to see something different, bro, I told Rosie, I was like, girl, I'm a breath of fresh air. Like, you know what I mean? It's musty in this bitch. I'm a breath of fresh air in this motherfucker.
Facts, bro. But that's because all this shit that especially like us as men, what we experience from women, and vice versa, what they experience from men, it's like, it's fake now. Like, it's literally go with the trend, go with what you see on Instagram, post this selfie, post that selfie, show that you're here, show that you're there, and then it's like you actually get to meet the motherfucker, and it's completely different than what you even thought it was.
Yeah.
So when people get to meet people like us, whether it's through a friendship, through a relationship, through anything like that, not tooting our own horns or anything, but yeah, it is really a breath of fresh air. You know what I mean? Like, let me show you the morals that we learned as kids. Let me show you somebody that's actually using those in their day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And hey, I mean, don't look too bad either, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit easier, but yeah, man, the fact that that's even a conversation that takes place sometimes, that you're different. I don't know if it's, you know, just running game or what, but it shouldn't be different. It shouldn't be different. Like, this is how people should treat each other, with this type of love, this type of respect, and I preach it all the fucking time. I sound like a broken record, man. I get tired of hearing myself talk about it sometimes because there's just so much negativity in the fucking world now, and so much bullshit going on, And it's like, why can't we just all come together? Why do we have to all come together when social media is
Yeah.
Why do we all have to come together when something negative is happening in the world? Fuck that. We should come together all the time, especially as communities, you know? And that's why I love the Crump community so much, because it's literally unity.
Yeah.
There's always somebody there that's giving fucking hype. There's always somebody there that's going through some shit, dancing, and everybody can just feel it, the energy, and the release of tension, and just there's nothing like it, bro. It's a beautiful fucking thing, man. And just dance in general, but specifically Crump, because that's the world that you and I both came from, so that's why I touched on it. But just dance in general, music in general, like the release of what, like, it's beautiful. You know what I mean?
So before we wrap it up, man, I
appreciate that, Ken.
Is there anything that you want to leave the people with? A little, I always like to do a little Cisco's gems or
yeah. So, today, most of this was just you and I catching up with dope, because people can see the genuineness in how you and I discuss things, because this is how you and I genuinely talk. Like, there's times where we're on the phone and we talk on the phone for like an hour, and this is the type of shit that we talk about. But I would just say, continue, if you have children, continue to love your children. If you don't have children, continue loving yourself, but give the same love out. It's important, man. Michael Kozakowski, bro, he's the one who's like, I'm not mad at you. I love you. I want you to do better. And ever since that man took me under his wing and just showed me the beauty of what actual love is, and I'm not talking about like love, like I'm trying to get in your pants type love, but like love like being genuine, being a good soul. My life has changed drastically, and that's, just stay healthy, stay happy, and keep smiling, and just know that I love you. I don't give a fuck what you're going through. I'm always an outlet. Anybody can reach out to me. Anybody can talk to me about what the fuck is going on. We all fight our own battles. We all go through things, and it's nice knowing when there's somebody around that you can chat with and let it all out, because you and I, we sleep in our own bed. Well, not you anymore, because you have a beautiful young lady come sleep with you 3 days a week. Me, unfortunately, I sleep in my bed alone. I live in my house alone, so there's just a lot of intrusive thoughts that happen sometimes, and when we sit and dwell on those types of thoughts, and we don't release them or have conversations about these types of things, it leaves us more vulnerable and more fearful of what's to come. So use the outlooks that you have, and use the people around you to try and make sense of those types of thoughts and feelings, because there's no point in painting yourself and causing more harm to your mental health. It's extremely fucking important. So that's what I would show. We just need to continue to love each other, and you and I need to continue showing love to the people that are around us, and even the people that we first meet. On first glance, we have to give that wow factor of, oh wow, there's actually somebody that cares. Because I do fucking care. It's not just a game that I'm putting in. It's not just a persona that I'm playing. Like, this is me. I do fucking care about what you're going through, even if I just met you 2 minutes ago.
My guy, Cisco, I love you, brother.
I love you, my brother.
All right, my G.
Yeah, we'll chat again soon, bro. Because I want to hear more about this girl, and I got some things I want to talk to you about too.
For sure.
That these motherfuckers over here don't even know about. So.
My guy. Well, bro.
All right, brother.
I love you, man. This has been the Focus Section, everybody. Till next time.
I love you, brother. Bless. I'll hit you up, all right?
Bro.
All right, brother. Stay up. Be safe.